In this video, I have a compilation of some of the book hauls from charity shops and possibly a car boot in May or June, I think it was, but ones I forgot to tell you about because I've been so busy telling you about my other books. Hi, it's Tina again, the book addict. So yesterday we did our 3.5 mile walk around the local area, which covers 6 charity shops. Didn't do as well as the first time I did a video on this. But I did get a few little books I thought I'd show you. So I picked up a series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, The End. So this is the final book in the series, book 13. I picked up 8 of these small format hardback Lemony Snicket books from the car boot and realised that to make the best profit from them I really need to have the whole set of 13. So I was quite pleased to find this one. Although I did pay up a bit for it, it was £1.49. But it's often really hard to find the last one in a series, so I was quite pleased I found it. For 50p each, I picked up some Alexander McCall Smith. I've started collecting these. My sister-in-law reads them and highly recommends them, so I thought I'd pick them up if I saw them cheap with a view to reading them. So I've got Bertie Plays the Blues, The World According to Bertie, 44 Scotland Street, which is the name of the series the other two are from, and The Unbearable Lightness of Scones. Scones? Scones. That's up for debate, isn't it? So yeah, these are all 44 Scotland Street novels. So yeah, it's quite nice to start my little collection of those. I guess this is the first one, so what I should probably do is read this one and actually see if I like it, to see if it's worth collecting any more of them or if it's worth just selling them on and clearing a bit of space. And then in my favourite shop, which is 4 for £1, I picked up this one just to make up the numbers, because I think this is the same cover one that I had when I was a kid, and this is just a total nostalgia read. No value at all, I should think, especially in the condition that this one's in. But yeah, gave me a flashback to my childhood. And I thought, when I'm in the mood, I will have a nostalgia read of that. And then also to make up the numbers, I got a Michael Morpurgo Sparrow, the true story of Joan of Arc. And apparently she has a best friend of an ordinary sparrow. And I'm guessing it's maybe done from his view. I'm not sure, because Michael Morpurgo always writes from the point of view of animals. Not read it, looked interesting. I shouldn't think it's got any resale value at all. It'll probably go back to the charity shop after I've read it, unless I have anything else I can bundle it with. But these were the two that I really wanted and thought that might have some value. I was really into Dragonlance when I was a teenager. That was the right era for it, and I don't think I've actually read these two, but they do have a bit of value. This one is The Eve of the Maelstrom, written by Jean Rabb. And this one is a 1997 TSR book. American, so it's got the ISBN in the inside cover there. It's a little bit foxed. You can probably see that, a bit discoloured. But it is a first edition, I think. And there are not many of these available in the UK, so this might have some value, but I need to do a bit more research on it and also decide whether if it's one that can be read on its own or not, because I'd be quite interested in reading it if it's a standalone. And then the other one, which is the same, it's Forgotten Realms, so again published by TSR, this one 1999, so a little bit newer. Again, this is the American version, and again has some foxing. You can see it's quite bad. The actual pages for the writing's all right, it's just the front few pages that are quite discoloured. And again, this one's the first printing, 1999. And as I say, probably would like to read this. I have to see if it's would make sense on its own. These, as I say, hardly any available in the UK, so might have some value to sell on. So I'm really going to have that difficult decision of, do I hold on to them and read them, or do I sell them? And You know, I've got a lot of books I'm holding on to, so I might just have to bite the bullet and sell it. But yeah, a bit more research required, I think. And as I say, it was a very small pickup. I did also take a few little bits and bobs back to the charity shop. They weren't worth selling. There was a jigsaw with a piece missing. What else was there? Oh, a couple of board games that we played and thought were not worth keeping. And yeah, so gave back and got out. The following weekend, after that charity shop run, we went to a car boot and then stopped in the charity shop on the way home. And I didn't do very well at the car boot, so it wasn't worth doing a whole video on. But I did pick up a few audiobooks, and these were all Michael Morpurgo. So we have a stunning CD collection from the master storyteller of 10 unforgettable audiobooks. And another Michael Morpurgo, this one Running Wild, which is an unabridged on 6 CDs. And Michael Morpurgo, the classic collection, which contains The Amazing Story of Adolphus Tips, Alone on a Wide Sea, and The Dancing Bear. So these don't really have much value individually, but I'm going to bundle them together and list them that way. I think there might be a couple of duplicates in amongst the whole lot, but still a really good bundle of audiobooks, Michael Morpurgo. And from the car boot, I also picked up this fun little book, The World According to the Joker. I really picked this up for my husband to read because it's a silly little comic with some fun bits in. Oops, and bits that fall out by the look of it. So yeah, a very silly little book for a comedy read for my husband, but unfortunately no value. So if he doesn't want to keep hold of it, I expect we'll either give it to one of our nephews or take it back to the charity shop. And then in the charity shop on the way back from the car boot, I found a duplicate of that Morpurgo classic collection, which I picked up because at the time I didn't realise it wasn't worth anything. But I'll hold on to this and maybe bundle it with some other Michael Morpurgo books or CDs if I find them in the future. Oops, I'll put that there. And I also picked up Sherlock Holmes, read by Stephen Fry. Although it says this is the definitive audio collection part 3, it is actually standalone, and so I've listed it accordingly, but I am going to try and listen to it before it sells. So yeah, a very small haul for that day. I've got to say, I also found The Post Captain by Patrick O'Brien, read by Robert Hardy. This was also £1, I believe, but I will double check. And this one I picked up because I had already found the HMS Surprise. So this, I think, is the second one in the set, and this one's the third. So I've now listed those together to make them more appealing as a bundle. Not really going to listen to these because I haven't read the first one, but I guess these might be of interest to somebody. So these are some charity shop finds that I've forgotten to mention before. These were in June, I believe. So we have The Sod It, which is the comedy version of The Hobbit by A.R.R.R. Roberts. This one is read by Mark Perry of Dead Ringers, and this is really just a comedy for me to listen to. It has probably no resale value. Dan Brown, The Da Vinci Code, read by Jeff Harding. Unfortunately, I believe this is the abridged edition. It tends to be with audiobooks that the unabridged do a lot better value-wise, so this one probably doesn't have any value. I might listen to it because I read it a while ago and I've watched the film. So yeah, it might be one to listen to while I'm gardening, and then that'll probably go back to charity because I don't think it's got any value at all. Or I might bundle it with some Dan Brown books. I've got a whole load of books that I've read that don't have a great deal of value. You see them in the charity shop all the time, but I might make a big bundle and put it in with those to give it a bit more appeal as a bundle. Most of these are probably bought on 4 for £1 because that's my favourite shop and I go in there quite a bit. I picked up The Obsidian Throne by J.D. Oswald because my husband found 3 others of this set, The Ballad of Sir Benfro, in a car boot earlier in the summer, and this is the final one in the set of 5, so I think I'm only missing book 4 to complete that set now. I've got Charlene Harris Night Shift. I've got a few Charlene Harris books. Not quite sure where this fits in with it. It looks like it's not part of the True Blood series or the Shakespeare's Landlord series, which I've got, but maybe this is a standalone. I will double check and I will let you know. I guess it's not, because there's one down there that says Day Shift, so I'm guessing it is part of a different set. So I shall look into that. Ian Banks, The Steep Approach to Garberdale. Love Ian Banks, love his sci-fi written under Ian M. Banks with the culture and everything, just amazing. And his standalone books are just really, really good. Like The Wasp Factory, I think was the first one of his I read, and it just blew me away. And yeah, I always pick up him when I see him, and this is one I hadn't got. So I think it's one of his newer ones. Let's have a look. 2007. Relatively. That's not new at all, is it? But to me that seems new. Yeah, haven't read that one. And yeah, these were in the 4 for £1 shop, but so I got them with a couple of other books, but this looked like a complete set. So they are by C.C. Hunter. We have Whispers at Moonrise, Chosen at Nightfall. Love these covers, really shiny. Taken at Dusk, Born at Midnight, and Awake at Dawn. And that's a set of 5, and they're the Shadow Falls novels, so they will be a read and a sell. Don't think they have massive value, but I'm sure a set of the whole 5 will sell for, I don't know, at least £9.99, but hopefully more like £14.99, something like that, hopefully. So yeah, nice little find. I always pick up sets when I see them because it's just a win-win, isn't it? I hope you liked this compilation of book hauls. If you did, a click on that like button would really help me out. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. Comments, suggestions and feedback always welcome. Right, I'm off to read a book.